Okay, so now it's time to talk about two things. We talked about personalization, and now it's time to talk about apps. So in the app section, we can uninstall, we can go and change default applications, and we can do with optional features in here. So let's go and see what we can do with apps. In the first section, we have apps and features. The number one option is choose where to get apps. Now, when Windows 10 came up and we were able to install from Windows Store from this thing, from this application. Now in here you can say anywhere, but let me know if there is comparable app in the Microsoft Store. Anywhere, but warn me, the Microsoft Store only. I really go with anywhere, so I should be able to install any application from anywhere. In the optional feature, you have another options, and you can manage them in here possibly with your computer. Windows Media Player, you can uninstall them. It's somehow built-in applications, so it's better not to touch it. App execution and analysis. So sorry, it's hard for me. You can turn them on or off possibly. And down in here, we have the applications to maybe install or to manage. For example, you wanted to manage Authy Desktop, so you can install it or uninstall it, or you can modify it. For some applications, it's not necessary and it's not needed to be modified. And in the default apps, we have the default apps. Whenever we click something, so it'll automatically open itself. Whenever I click on email, so Google Chrome will open. And I have maps, I have Windows Media Player, I have photos, I have anything. And you can change them in here, possibly with just clicking. And you can see right now the recommendation. You can reset this for Microsoft recommended defaults. You can change the default apps by file type or protocol, and you can set default by app. Okay, we have three choices in here possibly. You can go with them and you can change anything you wanted to. In offline maps is where you can download offline maps for your PC. So whenever you don't have internet connection, so you can come up and download any map in here and then browse later on. I don't really have this. I don't want to have it because Google Maps is really available there. So I don't need it. Apps for website is where you can manage associated apps with websites. And you can see now I have it. So I have only 3, not more. And video playback is the option for playing video. And you can change, we have some options in here. Of course, we already really mastered this option. So you have the automatic process video to enhance it if you wanted to. I prefer video to play at the lower resolution. Or battery option, you can see optimize for video quality or optimize for battery life. I really love this option number 2 because battery life is my first priority. And finally, we have this startup, which is really important for your PC. So startup are the applications whenever your computer turn on, whenever you log in. So they'll automatically pump up and they'll start working in the background. You can turn them in here and you can see their impact. So this has really medium impact and high impact. So you can turn it on or off. For some reason, for example, these programs are not necessary, so you can turn them on, turn them off. Whereas Skype is not necessity, or Wondershare Studio is not necessity, so you can turn them on to have more speed while you start up. So it was the setting for the apps. Now let's talk about the accounts and much more next time.